Hello everybody, how are you? I'm Shana, how are you going today? I'm talking about the anatomy of self-esteem, which is the backbone of what makes self-esteem. And today we're looking at self-efficacy or self-confidence. Yeah. We've done a little series on the cells that comprise of self-esteem. And I'm looking forward to getting into this one because this is what most people want, right? I want more self-esteem, but I want more confidence. I want to feel confident. I want to be confident. They don't realize it's actually part of self-esteem. So we're going to kick into this in a sec. I would like to set the tone first, and we're going to choose a little card with the saying. These are Because I Love Myself cards by Lucy Cavendish. Healing messages of love from your soul to yourself. And we're going to choose one and just read it and set the tone for the video, I think. It's always a lovely idea. Let's have a look. Ah, awesome. My own truth. I am truthful with myself. Because I love myself, I can handle reality. I know I have whatever it takes to find my way through to the other side of a challenge. That's awesome. I really like that. I hope you do. Okay, so if you don't know who I am, I'm Shana. I'm a metaphysician, I guess you call me a spiritual life coach, an intuitive identity architect. I know, sounds pretty impressive, right? Not really, they're just words. They're just words. But basically what I do is my work restores inherent worth and self-esteem to women so that they can go forward and live life with sovereign internal authority. Yeah, so that they know who they are, they evaluate themselves. They don't rely on external sources to tell them who they are, what to do, or how to live life. So basically, my work gives ladies, or restores ladies, self-worth, self-respect, self-confidence, empowers them, and it's all pretty cool. So if you think that's something you'd like, I have a community, a school community called the Empower Us League, and together we help lift each other up, and I go through the anatomy of self-esteem with you, and there's lots of other tools and challenges that we go through to help gain that self-worth, self-trust, self-esteem, all of it. Become the person that we want to be. So let's kick off and have a look at what this self-efficacy is all about. It is the capacity to act effectively and exercise agency. Yes, I'm reading notes, by the way. This is part of the course I have, and that's available free for you within the community. Okay, the link will be in the description for you. What is this self? Self-efficacy is the capacity to act, decide, and engage with life effectively. Psychologically, this self governs agency. It answers the question, can I act effectively? It reflects on a person's sense that their actions matter, that they can initiate behavior, make choices, and influence outcomes through effort and learning. That sounds really good, doesn't it? A person's sense that their actions matter, they can initiate behavior, make choices, and influence outcomes through effort and learning. I'm taking a deep breath into that because that's hitting home. Yeah, that's really beautiful. Self-efficacy is not about worth, identity, or emotional state. It's about function. The perceived ability to translate intention into action. Intention into action. Because a lot of us intend to do things. We want to do things. We want to say something to that person who pissed us off. But we don't always do it, do we? Interesting. Healthy self-efficacy emerges when action expresses a stable self, rather than attempting to earn value or repair identity. This stuff really speaks to home, don't you agree? Let's find out what the self looks like, or rather how this self is commonly shaped or distorted. Mixed it up then, sorry. Self-efficacy develops through experiences of action and response over time. Okay, actions and responses over time. So we learn if we're confident or not. Basically, we tell ourselves if we're confident or not, because it needs to be developed. Oh, that's my cat. Sorry, she scared me then. Did she scare you? All right. Now she's just going to do this for a sec. Go on. Off you go. Okay. All right. Where was I? Yeah. Let's keep going. Common shaping influences include early encouragement or discouragement around autonomy. That's interesting. That is interesting. Yeah, okay. Because sometimes you're in a household full of people and you don't get your own space or autonomy. Sometimes you have a caregiver who, I don't know, is a little bit helicopter or controlling, and you don't really get to do things for yourself or think for yourself. That could be what they're talking about. Experiences where effort led to learning versus punishment. This is where it's shaped, where experiences of effort led to learning versus punishment. Yeah, okay. Educational or work environments that rewarded initiative or punished mistakes. Now you can possibly hear my other cat meowing for dinner. Oh dear. Okay. It's all going on, everybody. This is life. All right. Another one, educational or work environments that rewarded initiative or punished mistakes. That certainly has been something, hopefully not as much these days, But certainly, used to be back in the day, if you didn't do a good enough job, your job was on the line. Okay. Repeated exposure to success, failure, or unpredictability. Yeah, okay. Distortions often arise as adaptations, avoiding action to prevent failure or shame. Avoiding action. That is so true. That is so true, isn't it? And that's something that people like me with their own business or wanting to have a YouTube channel or something similar like that, we avoid the action because we're scared we're going to fail. That's why people procrastinate a lot. Whatever it is they're trying to do or want to do, because they're scared they will fail. Even if it's taking on a new activity or joining a group of some kind. I know I've done that. I've not joined a group because I guess I didn't think I could do it. I didn't give my chance to prove to myself that I could actually do it. It's interesting, isn't it? Over controlling outcomes to feel safe. That's certainly something, again, someone in my position goes through. And a lot of people do this actually, or at least go over the scenario in their head and try and control or think of every different aspect and control how they will handle that. That could be another version of it. Equating confidence with certainty or perfection. Equating confidence with certainty or perfection. So confidence equals certainty or perfection. That's just not true, is it? Relying on external validation to initiate action. Yes. And I suppose that again is from when growing up we needed all that encouragement to go forward and do something, or we had it and got used to it. Yeah. And then as an adult, obviously no one's there because we're not a child anymore. So no one's there. Come on, you can do it. You've got this. Ooh. It doesn't work like that when you're an adult, does it? Let's see. These patterns reflect learned response to risk, not lack of capability. So just as I was saying, that was a learned response. Learned responses. You grew up, you were used to it. That's what happened. It's how you were taught. And then it's not there, but it doesn't mean we're not capable. Let's see what blocks or undermines this self. Let's see. Self-efficacy is commonly undermined by internal rules such as I must be sure before I act. So a great example, I'll keep it in the same theme, is someone like me. I must be sure of what I'm saying before I can act. And I will be ultra vulnerable here. That is why I'm reading. Yeah, that's why I'm reading, because I spent so many times trying to memorize something or say something in a particular way, perfect way for you all. And I put myself under too much pressure and I couldn't do it. I froze. So I just said, all right, well, I have the information. The information is my course material. Let's just read a few points from the course material. I'm sure you will understand. You won't mind. I'm giving you information. Does it really matter how I deliver it? Yeah. So let's have a deeper look at the rest of these. Failure means I'm incapable. And you hear this often with kids, and we do carry it into adulthood. We might not voice it out loud as much, but the kid who can't do something and just says, oh, I'm useless, I can't do it, I'll never be able to do it, things like that, because they gave it one try and couldn't, it didn't work out perfectly, so they think they're just the world's worst person. If I don't succeed, I shouldn't try at all. If I don't succeed, I shouldn't try. Well, isn't the saying, if you don't succeed, try and try again? And somehow that got distorted, didn't it? And I understand it. I absolutely understand it. Confidence is something I struggled with my whole life, is particularly social confidence. That's my niche issue. But working on myself, and I developed a method to identify and address and heal all the issues, all the subconscious programming, all the parts of my psyche that needed readjusting, realigning. And I was able to restore that confidence. I was able to restore that self-esteem. And I see myself now as fully worth, having full worth, full value. And it's empowering and it's liberating. And it's actually the most wonderful thing to be able to sit here, and if you're judging me behind the screen, well, good for you. If you are, I'm not sure why you're still watching me. But I actually don't care. That's a you thing. That's not a me thing. Prior to the work, I would have said it's a me thing. I'm not good enough. I can't do this. I look crap. Whatever. I have to read my notes. It's not about me, because I am good enough. I am absolutely good enough. And I have confidence in myself. And your perception, your judgment, that's all on you. It's all on you. So if I trigger you in some way, it just means we've got some work to do. It just means everything I'm saying to you is aligning with your makeup, your belief system. So let's work on it together. Come over to the free school community, the Empower Us League, and we will work on this together. Let's see what else we've got. Oh, this is a great one. Confidence should come before action. Confidence should come before action. I'm so guilty of this one. So yes, this is just reading my bio, right? Oh, my word. But honestly, who else can relate to all of this? Please drop in the comments what you can relate to, what it is for you in particular. I continuously love feedback so that I can get more information, so that I can do more videos to really help you in your particular situation, and more so that you know you're not alone. You're not alone in how you feel. You're not alone in some of the things you've been through. And I want you to know that there's nothing wrong with you. Absolutely nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. This has just been all distorted, your self-esteem. And we can restore that together. All right, let's have a look at some other blocks. Fear of judgment or consequence. Sound familiar? Yep. Over-identifying outcomes with self-worth. Yeah. So putting all that success, putting it on your self-value. Oh, that's sad. That makes my heart sore. All right. Learned helplessness from inconsistent feedback. That's really interesting. It's like you don't know what's going on, if you're doing something right, if you're doing something wrong, if it's good enough, if it's not. Yeah, that's really confusing for people having inconsistent feedback. Environments that remove agency or overdirect behavior. Yeah. So that's controlling caregivers or whoever it might be, taking your agency away from you. That can all be restored. It can all be restored, loves. We can do it together. These blocks persist because they once reduced exposure to harm or loss. Again, this is a survival programming. It's how we learnt to survive in our environment. It's not your fault. Nothing's your fault. We didn't know any better. We couldn't do any better. But now we can. So this course, The Anatomy of Self-Esteem, is available for free in my school community, the Paris League, and we are going to be going through it as a cohort together very soon. So come in now, get yourself settled, and once I've got a few numbers, I'll be running this. So if you want, we can go through it live. We can go through questions, all that sort of thing. We can do the work. I've got the tools to really restore all these things that we talked about. It's going to be really awesome, to be honest. I'm just saying, it's going to be awesome. And I'd really love to see you there. That's the most important thing. If you choose to do it yourself, whatever. If you can just be in a supportive environment of women who are going through similar things to you, feeling the same way as you, if that's all you need, hey, go for it. Use all the free tools, use all the information, use the comments from other people in there and learn from them. See, the cats agree. Hello. All right, I guess that's time for me to go and get these cats fed. But I genuinely would love to see you in the community. I will leave the link below, as I said, and I will see you there soon. Okay?